Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force with some more Destiny gameplay and discussion. Today I will be showing you through exploration mode on Old Russia Earth. This is once again footage that came from the beta that was that about a month ago now. And I just wanted to show off some of this gameplay, talk with you a bit about what exploration mode is. And yeah, that's basically it, just a good excuse to show and talk about Destiny. Now, I've already done a video showing off exploration mode, but I've since, I guess, played the game a bunch more and know a lot more about it. So let's lay down the bare bone basics. What is exploration mode? Well, this is basically an open-ended version, a free-form version of the single player or the story missions that you'll be going through. So when you're going to be playing Destiny, you'll have these story missions that'll take you from one spot to another spot on each individual planet. And these missions will sometimes be gated off in certain ways that you won't have access to certain parts of the map. And you're basically meant to go on this linear path. You're meant to complete your objective, whatever it is. Kill an enemy, collect data, whatever, as the story progresses. Well, each planet will have several missions of that type. There will be those main story missions, and then there's also going to be a strike. In exploration mode, you essentially get all of those things combined together and fully open for you to explore. So for example, let's say the first story mission will take us to one particular area of this zone, and then the second story mission will go to the next section. Well, in exploration mode, you can go to all of those areas as you so desire. Now, why are you doing this? Do you just, are we just wanting to walk around and stuff? Well, no, there's quests that you can do. In fact, what you're seeing here now is I'm opening up my basically menu, my heads-up display to show where quests are. There's one standing right in front of me. I just wanted to do that basically to show off how it looks. So here's a mission. We're gonna find these little things on the ground all over the place, and once you collect it, you'll be giving an objective. And there are several mission types. It basically boils down to sort of the standard MMORPG tropes in you'll have kill quests, you'll have collect quests, you'll have gather data quest. In fact, right now I've got a data transmission quest in which I need to go to a particular area and then stand there for a small amount of time to transmit the data. So that's what we're gonna see me do here. So yeah, open-ended version of all of these story mode quests put together, allowing you to walk around and basically just level up. I guess it's sort of the way I approached this in the beta was I think this is actually, yeah, this is it. I need to scan this environment stuff, and this is it. I just basically sit here for a couple seconds, the data is transmitted, and then voila, the quest is complete. So when playing in the beta, I basically approached this as this is a good place to go and grind. It's essentially grind mode. Exploration mode is essentially grind mode. You go here, you kill enemies, you do quest after quest trying to get loot and all this stuff. Between this and strikes, this is what I was using to level up. And I guess the other neat thing is it is nice to, see all of these areas that you saw bits and pieces of while you were going through the story, see them all just seamlessly put together. This room will have a chest a lot of the time. I feel like the chest spawns are in set locations. In fact, I know they are, now that I'm thinking about it. They are in set locations, but they're not going to be there 100% of the time because, someone else could have just been there a few moments ago and looted the chest and then it hasn't respawned yet, whatever. But something that'll be interesting is that once this game launches, there are chests that are in locked positions, and a lot of times they're in these like hidden alcoves and little mines and stuff, so those are good places for you to go and look before we get all of that data probably put together in a wiki somewhere in which you can go and just be like, hey, where are all the high rarity chest spawn locations? And then everyone's just gonna farm those forever for the best gear. Yeah, so I mean that's really it. We've got these missions. Besides these missions, there are also things like public events that you can attend, in which we'll have like a drop ship come down and a whole bunch of enemies that you have to defeat. This was hilarious. Look at these. These guys were level 11. I think I'm level 6 at the time here. It's just absurd. You see how quickly they destroyed me? But that's a sort of mischief that you can get into in exploration mode. Now, if you're wondering, Force, so is this sort of like Is this like a completely open game then? Because you said, sure, we've got these story missions that are segmented off and sort of linear, but then you've got this exploration mode. Does this mean like I can just go wherever in this entire game? Well, no, because there's only one exploration mode per planet in the game. So, for example, here on Earth, which takes place, the specific location is Old Russia, we've got a set number of story missions. I think it's something like 5 or 6 from what we saw in the beta. And then there's a strike in which it takes place in the same area, but you've got like a boss to fight against, and there's a story to the strike as well. And then there's the exploration mode, which once again, for like the 10th time this video, just puts all of that together for you to walk around and do whatever you want. And then that's it. So I can go to the edges of this particular map, and there's all sorts of, it's a decent size. I mean, I would say, I don't know, I don't even want to put a number on it, but I would say if you were to try to go from like one end to the other, it takes something like maybe 10 or 15 minutes or so. If I'm trying to think of the far extremes of Old Russia, and I'd say it'd probably take like 10 or 15 minutes. And there's a whole bunch of different things to see in there, again, with all these different quests and with the public events that will pop up that you'll get an opportunity to do. And a lot of times those require at least a couple of people. Like, I think I've done one solo before when I was high level, but I mean, it depends. Everything's level based, right? Because if you're like a level 1 character, you're probably gonna have a hard time if you walk up to a level 8 public event. But you know, it is what it is. That's a sort of, this is not a horizontal, but a vertical progression. You get better gear, you become more potent, and it tiers up higher and higher, and the levels play into that as well. That's just the sort of system that they've gone for. In comparisons, you'd say something like Guild Wars 2 has horizontal progression, where a lot of MMOs, the biggest one I can think of course, is World of Warcraft, has a vertical progression. Those are just for reference points, if you guys, because I know some people who are playing Destiny may not be too familiar with MMOs, and this is a game, it's not really an MMO, but it combines elements of MMORPGs with a shooter, and yeah, that is what it is. So what I also wanted to talk about here in this video is one of the biggest concerns. As I just mentioned a moment ago, every single planet is going to have one exploration mode. So to be exact, just to reiterate, every planet will have several story missions, a strike, and then an exploration mode which pieces all of it together. So this is basically it for the planet Earth. Like what you're seeing me walk around here, you're not going to see all of it in this video, but the areas that you're seeing me walk around in, it's it for planet Earth. That's it. And then we've got the moon, and then we've got, what I think it's Venus and Mars, or a couple other ones that have been revealed. So a big concern that people are having about this game is just the amount of content. Mainly, how much is there? Is there enough to sustain us for a long period of time, to want to, you know, grind up this gear, level up our characters, all of that stuff? That's a big concern. The fact that honestly, I'm not gonna lie here, I am sort of baffled that there is only one, basically, it's only one tile set, one location per planet. Like, all we can see of Earth right now is Old Russia. Now, the cynical person, not even the cynical, probably just the realistic person, would say, well, you know, in upcoming DLCs, we can unlock Old Europe. Okay, yeah. Like, it's probably gonna happen, but right now, every planet has one location. So here on Earth, we have Old Russia, and that's it. We've got all of those pieces, the story, the exploration, the strike, but that's it. And like I mentioned, if I were to venture a guess, from one end to the other end in exploration mode will probably take you 10 to 15 minutes if you just sort of booked it. If you were just on your mount and you just went from one end to the other end. I'd probably estimate it takes anywhere between 10 to 15 minutes. Nice little scenic view here, huh? That's pretty. And if that's the case with only one exploration mode per planet, that might not be enough. It's going to come down to how many planets they have at that point. I mean, again, they've came out and said that. I'm not just making crap up. They have said one location per planet, one location for the moon, one location for Mars, one location for Earth that we've already seen in the beta. It is a concern. it is a concern. What I love about this game, the shooting is awesome. I love the setting, I love the atmosphere, I think the game looks pretty. It's fun to play. Sure. But is there going to be enough content? That's the major concern. And exploration mode is fun to walk around and goof off in and do some quests and kill some things, whatever. But is there going to be enough content? That's a question that I can't answer for you right now. But it's a question that I hope has a good answer because, man, oh man, I'd love for this game, just like any game I play, I want it to be good. Who doesn't want games to be good? Who wants games to be crappy? What the hell is wrong with you if that's your stance? I would love for this game to be good, and content is a major question mark. We'll be finding out in a week from now, though, and at that point, maybe I'll have a better answer for you. But as of now, thanks for watching as we take a look at some exploration mode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Gonna be some more Destiny coverage coming up prior to launch. I've got hours and hours worth of footage. It's just really a matter of me figuring out what I want to show and what the hell I even want to talk about when I do show stuff. Hope you guys have a fantastic afternoon. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you around. Keep watching and keep owning.